On the feast of St. Joseph, more than 1,000 Catholics packed the Waldorf Astoria in Washington, D.C. They came to pray, to celebrate, and to draw a line in the sand. The third annual Catholic Prayer for America Gala, organized by Catholics for Catholics, was supposed to be a night of fellowship. Instead, it became the flashpoint in a growing political war. The rallying cry? 3 simple words that have ignited a firestorm. Christ is King. Just days before the gala, Senator Ted Cruz sat for an interview with CBN News. His words sent shockwaves through conservative circles. Christ is King, Cruz said, is being used online in a way that is meant to say, "Screw you, Jew." He called it an anti-Jewish code word used by far-right groups to attack Jews under the guise of faith. The backlash was immediate. Alex Bruesewitz, a Trump advisor, shot back. "It's not anti-Semitic to say that Christ is King. It's the truth." Social media users piled on. "If Christ is King makes you feel attacked in any context, it's because you have a problem with Christ being King," one wrote. Another asked bluntly, "Is he Christian?" Cruz's own background made the comment particularly strange. His father, Rafael, fled Cuba, a country where priests were imprisoned and martyrs died crying "Viva Cristo Rey." Yet Cruz claimed he never heard "Christ is King" growing up, preferring "Jesus loves you" instead. At the same time Cruz was making headlines, commentator Michael Knowles appeared at the Heritage Foundation for a conference titled "Catholicism and the American Founding." His message? The U.S. Constitution mirrors St. Thomas Aquinas's mixed regime, a blend of monarchy, aristocracy, and democracy. The government that they established, Knowles said, is very closely in accord with the ideal regime laid out by St. Thomas Aquinas. He argued that America, despite its Protestant founders, has a profoundly Catholic character. Critics saw the timing as deliberate, an attempt to draw attention away from the Catholics for Catholics Gala happening that same night. Eric Metaxas, a prominent evangelical, railed against the event, warning attendees that affiliating with certain speakers was evil. At the gala, the speakers didn't back down. Carrie Prejean Bowler, recently fired from the Religious Liberty Commission after questioning witnesses about Zionism and Gaza, received the Catholic Champion Award. Joe Kent, who resigned as the director of the National Counterterrorism Center in protest of the Iran war, declared, "I will not, in good conscience, send young men and women off to die on foreign battlefields." General Michael Flynn, Matt Walsh, and Candace Owens also spoke. Cardinal Gerhard Müller sent a video message in support. What's really happening here? Traditional Catholics are discovering their political strength. For decades, many aligned with evangelical Protestants on social issues, forming a broad conservative coalition. But that coalition is fracturing over foreign policy, Zionism, and the very meaning of religious liberty. The term integralism, the principle that the state should be subordinate to Catholic moral teaching, is being debated anew. For critics like Metaxas, it's un-American. For its supporters, it's simply applying the social kingship of Christ that Pope Pius XI proclaimed in Quas Primas. When once men recognize both in private and in public life that Christ is King, society will at last receive the great blessings of real liberty. Ted Cruz is widely expected to run for president in 2028 as the Zionist candidate, according to some analysts. Vice President J.D. Vance, who is Catholic and close to several of the intellectuals targeted by Cruz's allies, could be the alternative. The battle lines are forming. Michael Knowles put numbers on the table. Catholics make up just over 20% of the U.S. population, but 28% of Congress, 38% of governors, and 2/3 of the Supreme Court. A Catholic vice president is in office, and, as Knowles noted, an American can even be a pope. The gala organizers see themselves as awakening a sleeping giant. Prayer is at the heart of what makes America great, they wrote. But this was more than prayer. It was a declaration that the old political alliances are dead, and something new, something more explicitly Catholic, is rising in their place. The question for Catholics in the pews is simple: which side are you on?